Previously on Live from Stadium Drive.
I swear to God he said 7. Although he does military time sometimes. But if that's 2 safeties high...
Matty was super late like he always is. Why? Who knows? But how will Tommy deal with it? The hammer's coming down this week on...
And I heard it through the Motown miracle. Still riding so high. Unbelievable that game. I feel like Mike and his post-game press conferences, it's been so much just talked about. I mean, everybody has something to say. It's incredible just seeing what was, as that game came in the first half and came in the second half. Some people were just like, did you watch the end of the game? Like, that was never out of hand. Like, there was things felt bad in the first half, but it was never out of reach. And then J. Pep coming in, getting that strip sack. Like, I had a ton of people, just kind of commenting like, that's what we need to see from J. Pep, and like where it was, and that defense getting turnovers has been something that's been vaunted about, needing to do that. And damn, it looked like it hurt. But what about that defense? Like, seriously, like, is this for real? Like, what do you think? Do you believe, is this that defense that will not be the 2011 and get us over the hump? Like, hit back. Like, what are your real thoughts on this offense? On this defense? But back to the offense, the play, which everybody's talking about, unbelievable. Like, Richard Rodgers has gotten a lot of beef, and people were like, oh, Andrew Corliss coming in and everything. But then Richard Rodgers not only got that last play, he was instrumental in moving us down the field on a lot of things and getting a lot of key plays and keeping drives alive and bringing it down. And the face mask penalty, everybody has an opinion on the face mask penalty. Like, oh, was it this? Was it that? Like, Detroit media says this. Packers fans say this. I have my own opinions, but it's kind of like one play does not determine a game. Like Brandon Bostic screwing the NFC Championship, that did not define the game. The face mask penalty with the Lions did not define the game. It was the sum of all parts. And I mean, I feel like running out of stuff to talk. I mean, it's just so much to hit. I mean, Jake Ryan, like, guy who I kind of ripped on, said, is he going to be the AJ Hawk? Is he going to be the Labrador? And, depending on everything. But he has only Packer with 2 games with 10-plus tackles in the limited amount of time that he has brought in. So you're seeing so much. There's so many angles to hit that so many people are looking at and being like this and road game away and, like, interested. If you have a take, bring it on and think about it, hit it at us. Like, we're interested to talk, posting everything, OutsideSlant.com, live from Stadium Drive. And it's just so much John Crockett, like a guy that came in last minute and just performed and brought such energy and like a bright star for the future. Like, what does that mean? There's so much to bring it in, who put in his dues, who worked hard on the practice squad. And, I see bright things for John Crockett. What'd you think about all of it, Matt?
Thought it was it was a good game. Richard Rodgers performed very well. Aaron Rodgers with the big throw. The trajectory on that was just awesome, and can't say enough about the O-line, man. Lane Taylor coming in, J.C. Treader doing a sick job. Fucking David Bakhtiari getting hurt and coming back in that game and stonewalling Ziggy. Dude, fucking, a lot of people are saying, I'm fucking serious. Brett Good, if you don't get your shit together as the backup emergency center, you're fucking off this team as far as I'm concerned. And that's all I got to fucking say about it. Truly though, what a gift, man. The Motown Miracle. Just amazing. Amazing that it happened. And Packers fans, my God. Man, if you can't just appreciate that game for the present it was, like from the football gods, just raining down sweet, sweet, fucking crazy ending manna on us as Packer fans, get out of town, man. You gotta appreciate that. If you want to sit here and nitpick that football game, you are way off base. That was a generous ending to a Packers game, and fuck the 60 minutes that happened previous, man. That was a gift, and cherish it. Just cherish the shit out of that shit. That's all I got. That's it, man.
Well, okay. So I know last week some things happened. We kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, man.
And I didn't mean to put you out or shove you out, but I mean, it's the rules. I mean, it's, you know, it's, yeah, we're standing up whole, but it's...
It was my own behavior,
Well,
man.
no, I mean, we handle it internally, but before everything all happened, I mean, I had a gift of my own for you, because it's getting close to Christmas, and you know, it's been such a fun ride. I'm looking forward. We're not looking behind, and there's just, you know, got a little gift for you. Just
serious,
something
man?
Christmas season. It's, you know, let's
What?
let's do it for it.
Come
you know,
on.
yeah.
Are you serious?
It's, hey, you know, it's let's
Thanks, man.
you know,
Right, all right.
I believe in, yeah, please do. It's spirit of Christmas, and let's just kind of, you know.
Dude, I can't. After what I've.
No, no, hey, you know, let's just, you know, again, it's all about the future, so something a little.
Oh my
Little
God,
love
dude.
thing.
Fuck yeah. Wow. Y'all see this? Temptations Greatest Hits?
Aw.
Man, I love the Temptations, man. How'd you know I wanted one of their
Well,
records?
you know, I know, you
I mean,
like that,
dude,
you know,
look at this
soul and
thing.
everything.
I mean,
It's
wow.
pretty, it's pretty, you know, should be pretty good. It's
Yeah, it's
I think it's, you know, in pretty good shape. Or
no, it's great, man. It's
is it-
kind of scratched, but
I mean, is it?
I mean, look at this shit. It's a Bill Cosby message on the back. I mean, you know what's going on with that. But I mean, I'm sure the music's good. It's not. I've been wanting.
I mean, is that their
Psychedelic
good years?
Shack.
Do
That's
you
the
think?
album I've been looking for. But I mean, the Greatest Hits is fine. I'm not usually too crazy about compilations, but it.
Logo hit. Last quarter of the season, NFL playoff picture taking shape. What are the seedings? How are things going to happen in this, the NFL, das henceforth not, of the NFL? Steve Zale.
Good evening, Packers fans.
Live from Stadium Drive.
This is a brand new segment called "Who Do We Want to Lose This Week?" Take it away, Tommy.
Schadenfreude for like a motherfucker.
So, who do we want to lose this week? We want the Seattle Seahawks to lose. Why? Because fuck them and they should always lose. And we want them to, they're probably going to win a wild card, but we want them to be like a bad, we don't want a bad wild card. Bad wild card, get out. We want the Chicago Bears to lose, because also, typically, fuck them. And that would mean the Washington Redskins win. And they play before we play the Cowboys this Sunday. If the Cowboys know that the Redskins won, then it would maybe possibly demoralize them, which is good. We want the Atlanta Falcons to win. 'Cause they're technically in the wild card hunt. They got a little chance going on for the wild card. And maybe that like fucks with Seattle a little bit. And that would mean that Carolina loses, because fuck them. Fuck that team, man. They're fucking whatever. Furthermore, we want the Buffalo Bills to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. I know, it's fucking weird. NFC East, shit show. Again, fuck with the Cowboys. Fuck with them hard, man. And that would also mean that Philly is like a decent team, and we need Philly to beat Arizona, because Arizona won tonight, and Arizona has to lose one other game in addition to the Packers beating them to give the Green Bay Packers a chance for the number 2 seed and a first-round bye in the playoffs this year. And I think that's pretty good.
What does that all mean?
That's pretty good. So who
what
do we want to lose? We want Seattle, Chicago, Carolina, and Buffalo to lose this weekend. But more than anybody, who do we want to lose this weekend? The Dallas Cowboys. Packers were not necessarily supposed to win in Minnesota. They were not. They were fucking set to get laid flat in Minnesota. They won. Fucking Detroit. They fucking won against. I mean, not even just the odds that they put themselves in, but even for them to win that game, Detroit having won 3 in a row, Packers like having shat the bed on Thanksgiving, like this was not a game they were necessarily supposed to win.
No. Any division game on the road is not a
right.
game, no matter
no way.
what happens.
No way.
Yeah.
But look at the last couple of home losses, Chicago and Detroit. Those games they should have won.
Yep.
Upcoming this week is another game that this team should win. Not only should they win, they need to win this game. Absolutely, man. So how do you feel going into Sunday?
Dallas Cowboys, NFC East, they need to win.
They do too.
I mean, NFC East is real competitive this year.
Oh, just the class of the NFL.
Yeah, it's but it's seriously, and it's kind of an interesting thing going back and forth. They are still in the hunt. I mean, are their prospects good? Not necessarily, but it's all basically a wash right now. I mean, someone may get in the playoffs with a losing or 500 record, but it's interesting things gleaned off the Detroit media because they're talking like playing with nothing to lose, which
the Dallas media?
Yes.
Okay.
And, everything else.
Plus the Detroit media.
Because of the way they played last week. Because, if we're going to get right into it, it's a Rod Marinelli defense. Rod Marinelli, stalwart. He's got an interesting thing. Him and Lovie Smith sharing a hotel room as lower assistants going back to their time with Dungy's staff in Tampa Bay. Was their first job. That they were the only two that had to share a room at like the Holiday Inn where everybody else was at the Meriton or something like that. So, but anyway, you have too high, rush 4, don't blitz any, totally broke from that scheme last week when they beat the Washington Redskins and blitzed more than they ever have in like 2 years, I think.
Jeez.
And had success. And now that is kind of the vaunt of their defense, and that is the vaunt of what we have to worry about and what you saw and everything. And regardless of Marinelli's time from 06 to 012 with the Lions and the Bears, the familiars as the Packer Beast, I was there that 0-16 game.
I was there too.
Yeah, I was talking about Schadenfreude.
That was weird. That was like Packers fans were chanting 0-16, and I was like, we're 6-10. Like this is fucked. Like this. I don't know. 6-10 was not anything to be proud of. Like,
we're assholes. No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
No. Yeah. Well, but
it's a nice trump card to have.
Sure,
I mean
sure.
And beating the Bears in the NFC Championship.
They're total losers.
They're
I
just
mean, anybody who is third-rate team, anybody who wants to bring anything about them, I can't even understand them. Everybody who I talk to me is excellent, and I can't understand. But it brings back to it's what is the state of the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh,
because
my goodness.
it's not like they get a lot of coverage. So
No,
you kind of
no.
You have to dig a lot to kind of feel where they're at as a team.
No love. No pundits on ESPN waving that banner ever.
No.
This is obviously a team. They have lost the bedimpled Dinwiddie.
He's so cute.
Just
He is.
he's a Scotty boy, but he fucking threw it all away.
Yeah.
Shit. There go the notes. We're off the fucking script now, people. So we got
But Matt Castle did win 11 games when he started for the Patriots. So there's that. So that means he's got to be good.
super good.
Yeah.
Tore it up in Kansas City too.
Yeah.
And Minnesota. Hey, Matt Castle. All right. So we got a journeyman behind a pretty vaunted
Lord,
O-line.
I was born a rambling Matt. Sorry.
Rambling Matt Castle.
Oh.
So they still have some weapons. They don't have Murray anymore. That was probably dumb of
Which there's been
everybody
some
involved.
interesting storylines about, hey, because Murray has not worked out in Philly, do we bring back Murray? Interesting storyline.
Yeah.
Continue.
Weird. Fuck that division, man.
But that O-line.
That O-line. All year we've been talking about it. Earlier in the year we were talking about it when the Packers had like a killer pass rush and we're like, yeah, but who are they going against? And it was like,
Circled
wait
Dallas.
for Dallas and see the real test. We didn't have to wait to see that like our pass rush wasn't the shit, but this is a nice quality test and people are just
Have both trended downwards?
their O-line.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not necessarily. Their run game has been decent. They've gotten some production out of Darren McFadden. They got a couple Seattle cast-offs and Christine Michael and Robert Turbin. And it's a little run by committee thing. Did not replace Murray, obviously.
We play the hot hand, whoever's working.
Jeez. So, got a couple other guys. Witten is still doing his thing. Jason, yeah.
Security blanket.
Yeah.
The Linus.
And Dez is Dez. He was hurt for a stretch this year. Dez Bryant, number one receiver, is a sick talent and gonna be another challenge. But you gotta feel good about the job that Sam Shields did on Calvin Johnson last week.
Yes. Again, just coming in.
Stick him on. I mean, and it wasn't even like zone. It wasn't side of the field. He was on.
Yeah.
He was on the whole game.
Straight
That's
up
sweet.
press.
Do it again. Why not?
Do it again. And we have an opportunity on that defensive side of the ball. Still feel pretty good about that matchup, about where Dallas offense is at and where our defense is at, being opportunistic. When I'm looking a little bit more, what are the keys to which has been the biggest problem, Packers offense, namely the passing game? Is that
Holy shit.
Is that something we're going to try to, force a peg and just get it down the field, or is this a time for Eddie to play December football and take the time and like all that shit that we talked about, whatever? Like, I'm honestly not beefing with Eddie. Like,
No.
The whole late thing, that's all not created equal, and late is late, and I understand him, and Lombardi probably would have castrated him and everything else, but let's see how it translates on the field, because what I always talk about is Eddie is more concerned about cartoons than watching football, and it's not like he was probably out clubbing or whatever. I mean, he may have watched I don't know any good current cartoons about what he may have been watching, but
I don't know what his scene is.
but he's just like he's just kind of like that dude that's just like not saying much, not do much. So let's wait a little bit till everybody's ready to throw him under the bus, because just when you do that, then you're going to be singing his praises and going to be like, that's why I love Eddie Lacy. So
Richard Rodgers, case in point, man.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
You
never know. But with Lacy, there's a lot there to fall back on. The body of work is impressive, and even before he got pseudo benched this last game, he was on to some shit, and this is his time of year, man.
And whether Marinelli wants to blitz or only rush 4 and drop back, what's a cure to that?
Yeah.
What brings him back? What opens up our passing lanes and our opportunities, and a little dump to Starks, or a little more Rodgers action, or Ty Montgomery, there's let out. Prospects are looking good. We'll see come 325, and throughout the game we'll see what he plays. All that is said, a lot of problems are solved if Eddie can kind of make those guys hurt a little bit, because it's still going to be cold for Dallas in here, even though it's just kind of like, ooh.
Oh boy.
I'm first time I thought I had to wear my long johns, but I mean, if you want to see them, I'll take them off. And
You got him on?
yeah, I'll take them off. Do you guys want to see that, or do we want to?
That'll be on the extended vision.
Okay. We'll cut the music right there. We can. Then we'll go back.
Nice. So if the believe it or not, Tommy. No, hang on. Pop quiz, my man. Top 5 defenses
Pop
in
quiz,
the
hot shot.
Top 5 defenses in the NFL. Total yardage.
Oh snap, son!
You don't know? You don't know? Because I know. I don't know the order, but Denver, Arizona, Seattle, Carolina, and fucking Dallas. Believe it. Believe it. Rod Marinelli. Bringing it. Bringing the D.
Hey, I'll be real, Vietnam vet. I learned that. Big ups. And Rob Marinelli's just been, tough as bones guy. I mean, just things went pretty well. His time in Dallas, things went nothing to sneeze at.
But for an offense that has struggled, and boy, have they struggled.
That's what's making you think.
That's why it's like this is a game. I mean, this is the Packers going against a 4-8 team. They should have like fucking given up, but somehow their division sucks so bad that they've got a chance to win, and they've got a good defense, and they've got an O-line, some skill positions. This is not a gimme. They should win. I'm predicting a win, but man, it's not going to be this easy.
For the Packers, just to clarify.
Of course.
There was some improper pronouns. There were some improper pronouns. God damn it.
God.
I know what you meant, but the layman may not. But
we have no layman. There are no layman fans.
That's true.
On this show. This is diehards only. And when I say we are going to win, I mean we, the pack. They, the pack. We, they. If I'm talking about winning, have I predicted the Packers loss this season yet? Have I ever on this show? I don't think so. I mean, preseason, I predicted a Week 17 loss.
We haven't, but we totally could if we wanted to. We just haven't. You know?
If we wanted to, we could. Just
felt really good.
Sun got in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean,
they're going to win this week. They're not going to win big, but I think they're going to win 20-13. I think it's going to be a close game, hanging around 10 points, trading field goals, and Packers prevail on an unseasonably warm, sunny Sunday afternoon. Sunny, rainy, I don't know.
One more riff, because it's my opportunity to do it while I love it, and I get to sing and everything, is Jay Jones, who, god damn, if there was ever an antithesis to the establishment that is the Green Bay Packers, it is Jerry Jones. And let me explain why. Because it is not Mark Murphy that calls in to the local radio shows and talks about what happened and what didn't happen after the game.
Could you fucking imagine?
It is not Jerry Jones who the media is going talking to and belittling the coach and bringing everything down. And let me bring up one further that everybody loves to say, Packers stock certificate is nice, but it's pretty worthless. No. That Packers stock is priceless, because what it represents is that we do not have a Jerry Jones in this organization. Period. And I'd pay another umpteen dollars to not have that. The media in Dallas follows him like a goat. He likes making headlines. He likes
being in Pepsi commercials.
Being in Pepsi commercials, and I hope that continues for a very, very long time. Perhaps a cryogenic thing, or just some kind of Krang, like if they have to give him another body, where he's just kind of in there, and maybe like who would be the body? I don't know, like maybe Troy or maybe someone now, like
someone like one of those O linemen.
Would just be and you could put him in that kind of red suspender suit and everything.
He could even be on the fucking field then, dude.
Then Jerry could be like, ESPN, you don't even know the braggart, bro. It's just we don't have a Krang, and that piece of paper hanging on my wall that is priceless is more than you could ever wish for. That's all I got. Sorry.
Do they win?
Yes. We do. There is there's
fuck.
Yes, we do, and I'd like to. At this point, I kind of remember it as such a review thing, but I feel like we've had some close calls. But it's just that time that momentum is hitting is right, and we talked about if they want to blitz, let's see Aaron Rodgers do that little thing that he does against a blitz. Let's see Eddie run, but I think we're going to put ourselves in a pretty good position, and I just don't fucking believe in Matt Castle. So I will say Packers. We're going to hit the 30s again. I kind of feel like we've dipped below the 30s again.
How on earth?
33-19.
Wow.
We're ready. It was up, fast start. Most important thing is a fast start. Down to the dungeon.
Goblin
And
Town.
knock on wood.
I like it, dude. You know, whatever. You got to give these Green Bay fans a win at home. You can't make it 3 straight losses at Lambeau. I mean, especially if we're looking at playoff picture and we're looking at home field potentially, like, you got to establish it. It's got to start here. And I like what you're saying. Put him in a good position. Not only that, put some good film on tape, man. Show Eddie busting up the fronts. Show Aaron shredding the blitzes. I mean, like, let's get it on, Packers fans. Come on.
It's a perfect recipe, whether they want to blitz or they want to rush for. Eddie can make little things happen. I might wear the 2-7 this weekend.
Do
So
it, man. Rep it.
What do you got?
Warm, dry shit. If I'm going to the game.
Talking about a score.
I said it was I said in 2013. I thought you were asking what I was gonna wear.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a year.
Oh, 2013 was a fun year. They have been fun years, haven't they? And you know what, Packers fans, we're doing it because of these fun years. We are trying to give you a little treaty poo here on our end. It's the least we can do. Look at the fucking backdrop, man. It's the least we can do. The equipment, shit. Live from Stadium Drive. Nothing else like it. Better or worse.
Hit us up. Get ready. There may be a little flashback to what we used to do with the hazmat back last year. You have that, but now we're going to kind of get a little back and tap that again.
Afraid we might get laughed at.
But, you know, it's all fun. So, you know, just what can you do? But blast back to us and the Packers, and we will be waiting with pepperoni breath to
Baited pepperoni breath.
to bring everything back. And, hey, let's see where this thing goes, man. It's,
Should we see where it goes, Tommy?
I think so.
And you'll be right there with us, y'all, because you have been so gracious to tune into another episode of
Live
From
Stadium
Drive.
Oh shit, we weren't recording.
Just joking.
I had to do it.
Oh, you dick.
I had to do it.
Did not.